In this lesson, we'll create a smooth transition between some of the pieces of our trucks. So these three pieces we want to look more like they're part of one piece of metal. So to do this, we can use some fillet geometry. Before we do this, I want to do a couple of things and show you just what I've done here on, for instance, this piece. If we go ahead and go to the CVs, I've just kind of spread everything out a little bit. So spread these lines out just a little bit, and I've also taken this line back here all the way up here, so now this top piece is only right here instead of coming down and extending down all the way down here. So just kind of spaced out some of the lines. Also moved it inside the cylinder just a little bit more. Okay, and now what I want to do is go ahead and take this cylinder. Let's go down and let's reparameterize this surface. So I'll select the surface. If we go to reparameterization, you can see they get a dialog here. You can just choose chord length. This is kind of the relationship between the control points and the shape of the surface. So whenever you go in and add extra lines, oftentimes you'll want to come in and do a reparameterization. So I'll go ahead and do that. Then I'm going to go ahead and rebuild this, and I want to add a few extra lines in here so I've got some extending across, and maybe go up to 20. Let's say OK to that. So that just rebuilds our surface with a specific number of lines in the U and the V. And let's go ahead and do the same thing here. Let's grab this surface. Alright, and let's go ahead and reparameterize that in the same way. We'll click OK to that. Now we need all of these to be part of the same NURB surface. So we'll take the cylinder, go to Attach, and let's select our two pieces. And you can see as they turn the same color, they're now part of the same NURB surface. Okay, so what we'd now like to do is create some sort of geometry to blend these together at this intersection. So we can use a fillet surface to actually accomplish this. So go up to our NURBS surface, select fillet surface, and then let's click and drag from this piece. I'll click and let off, and then click on the next one. And it'll actually create this piece of geometry here. Now it's black, so in our fillet surface rollout, we're going to come down to flip normals. Now you'll see that we've got the fillet surface start and end radius, and that's locked so that both of these are going to be the same. If I dial this up, you can see it makes a larger transition here. Something very large if you want to do that. If you want to make more of a tighter transition, you'd go ahead and dial that down, and you can see how that's very, very tight now. So I think maybe something like 0.8 or so will work for this. Alright, and you see that it is actually a separate surface. If we go to our wireframe, that's a separate surface there. Okay, creating that nice blended look between those two pieces. Okay, let's go ahead and do the same thing over here. Again, we'll use a fillet surface. So we go to Create Fillet Surface, and let's drag from here to here. Alright, and let's go ahead and take our radius down a bit, and let's flip those normals around. And then we get kind of a softer transition between all of these pieces. Okay, so that's using Surface Fillet, which you can find in your NURBS Creation Toolbox. It's basically the last little icon down here. And all you have to do is have your geometry intersecting with one another. And it works. You can see it works really well with just cylinders intersecting cylinders. It's nice, smooth shape all the way around. Okay, and just click on that, and then you want to click on the first surface, and then drag to the second and click on that one. And that'll create a nice fillet surface. And it's non-destructive, so if you need to do it again, you can always come in, select that surface, and delete it. It's not doing anything to your original pieces. Alright, so that's one way that we can sort of blend together some of the different pieces of our truck. The next thing that we want to do is go ahead and add some wheels and also some bolts to some of the different areas. So we'll look at how we can do that as we finish up our skateboard in the next lesson.